Hello, it's Richard from the sunpump.com. Occasionally we get people calling saying that their sun pump no longer works. So, they've tried to run it in the manual position and it doesn't turn on. They've put it in the automatic position and they've gone around and tried to turn the float switch, and it's not turning on. And they ask me, what do you recommend? What are the procedures to check and make sure that the sun pump is properly operating and that it can be rejuvenated and refurbished for the next summer season? So, first thing to do is to take the strap off. And this actually little piece of plastic shouldn't have been on there. And then essentially what I do is undo the strap, take the lid off, and if you can, keep the strap with the lid. Just open it up, turn it on its side. On the underside is the manufacturer's date code. And this one was sun pump number 654, and it was made on the 15th of April 2019. 15 April 19. So inside of the sun pump, you can see that the battery's in the proper position, the bulkhead's located properly, black is on black, red is on red, so that shouldn't be a problem. What I say first of all is disconnect the positive and negative terminals and just look to see if there's any disconnections at the switch or at the fuse. What I like to do then is gently lift out the battery. We'll set it down, and then with a simple voltmeter, select it to on, 30 volts, DC, positive and negative. We just put the red on the red, black on the black. So this shows 4.2 volts, so it's very low in its voltage. It should be higher than that. It should be at least 9 to 10 volts in order to turn the pump over. So what I also want to do is I want to check that it's charging properly. So I take the red terminal, put it in the red outlet, the black in the black lead to the battery, and then with the switch in the neutral position or down, I just want to shine it up to the light, and you can see that it's generating just about 15 volts. It's a very small milliamp charge, and it's more like a trickle charger for the battery itself. So the solar panel circuit appears to be working properly, and it should have charged that battery up to 12.9, almost 13 volts. Next thing I want to do is I take the bulkhead out, just set it off to the side, then look inside of the box. I'm not sure if you can see that, hopefully you can, but you can see where there's a significant amount of pine needles, which is not unusual, depending on where the boat has been sitting and the debris, and there's quite a bit of debris in and around the float switch. And either of those could be affecting operation. So what I like to do then is you can see where the outlet comes from, the outlet side of the box. Reach my hand down, just pop open the side of the box slightly and spin out counterclockwise. Sorry, I gotta push down. There's a small tab at the bottom in the basket. Push down, twist, and you can pull out the sun pump motor. What you want to do is you want to look inside of the impeller, and just with a small screwdriver, you're going to make sure that that spins freely and there's nothing obstructing the outlet port. There's no excess debris up inside of the motor itself. And inside, you can see where there's a significant amount of debris. And what I like to do is, just with a sharp screwdriver or pick, just scratch, clean all that stuff up, in and around the float switch. Then with a garbage pail, tap all that. All of the debris, get it as clean as possible. So there's a little bit more in there I'm going to get. That allows the water to flow in and around the basket filter at the bottom of the pump, and it prevents any debris from obstructing the motion of the float switch. Okay. So looking pretty good there. I'm going to take that pump, upside down just like that. Just going to make sure that the wires aren't all twisted around and wrapped around. And then there's that little tab. It's a finger tab. You're going to make sure that you want to push that down as you nest that in. See where that outlet is? You're going to twist it around so it pops out the outlet side of the battery box. I'm going to push that in, turn it, and then it snaps into place. See how it's protruding slightly? And it's back in position. Okay. So again, having it on either side. Now in this case, I tried charging the battery with a small trickle charger, and there's a problem with this battery. And this battery actually has a code HJ, so 021918HJ. So I just need to know if you have a problem with your battery. They're good for, should be good for a couple years, 2 years. This one didn't quite make it a year, so I'm going to send it back to the manufacturer to find out why we've got a problem with that battery. So I have a brand new battery here. I'm going to take off the tabs. I'm going to check the voltage on it. 12.78 volts with lots of juice. I'm going to put it inside of the bulkhead, red to red, positive to positive. And the foam's got to be level with the battery surface. So again, so that float switch swings underneath and doesn't impact the, doesn't prevent the float switch from not switching on. And then it's a little bit, you're going to put it in on an angle, lining up the wires, hold it there, and you're just going to pop it into place. you're going to connect red on red, positive on positive, negative on negative. So it looks like that. And then you're going to take your, hold on. Take the lid, fold it over like that. And I like to have the switch in line with the decal. Wrap that around. And just tighten it up. Okay? Now, we know the solar panel is putting out 15 volts, milliamps, so it will recharge the batteries. We know we've checked our connections. Our switch is down, so we're just going to do a test. We'll put the switch up. You hear it's running. Okay? The neutral position. Down is the auto position. What you want to do to test that is twist this blue knob, which activates the float switch. So this sun pump is now ready to go back to the customer and to be used in a boat for another season of pumping. Thanks for watching this video. If you've got any questions on, please visit www.thesunpump.com. or feel free to email me any questions that you have, and we can hopefully get your sun pump back in operation. Thank you.